Hey, 2015 FCA Annual Meet Team. This is Gil Lucero here, wanting to give you an update for the driving events for the August activity. Sorry I can't be there with you today. I am off on a cruise and scuba diving with April. We had planned this several months ago to celebrate my recent retirement. So, things are going very well on the driving activities. I've formed a relationship with another couple here, April and I, with this other couple that are part of the Ferrari Carmel group. And one of the bonuses there is they just joined the FCA to be part of this thing. They've got a lot of experience also in driving events, so it's a good tag team. We just signed up for this, or I just signed up for the chair responsibility here recently, but we've hit the ground running and are well along the way here now. We have preliminary drive routes mapped out for a couple of activities. One of the things that I wanted to do right off the bat is to reach out to National to make sure that we took full advantage of lessons learned in past national meets. I reached out to Don Ambrose, and he and I had a great conversation. He filled me in on the experiences over the last several years of annual meets in regards to rally and driving events. One of the key takeaways that I had from that conversation is that for those member participants that are not part of the F1 track activities, in past annual meets, the other people can kind of feel left out with not enough activities to keep them occupied. So the recommendation there, which I'm adopting, is to have a driving event on the Tuesday as well as a driving event on the Wednesday. The Tuesday event being the competitive rally and the Wednesday event being a leisure drive. One other factor on the competitive rally is that we not get too technical, so we're structuring that as a gimmick rally. I think it'll be a lot of fun. We'll be touring some nice parts of the countryside that intersect with some areas of local historical interest and other spots of note. And we have a number of questions that relate to the local area as well as Ferrari specific questions. So I think it'll be a lot of fun for the folks. One of the themes, of course, for our annual meet is the Pebble Beach road races. So we're designing the routes, particularly the leisure drive, where the larger quantity of participants have signed up to have a segment of the drive on the actual road course. If you look at the routing of the Pebble Beach road races, some of the roads that they traveled on are not maintained any longer, and so they would not be very suitable for people in their Ferrari, certainly. So we're going to concentrate on segments of the road race circuit that are still being maintained. So we'll get a nice taste of local road racing history there. I'll show you a map here in a little bit that'll give you some sense of the route. One of the aspect that I wanted to touch on for this forum in the 2015 meet planning is in the area of volunteers. We figured we're going to need about half a dozen folks each day on the Tuesday and Wednesday. And as volunteers may have limitations, we might want to have two different groups of people between the 2 days so that the folks get a chance to participate in activities on their own. Other than that, we are going to cover all the bases with the group that we have in place right now in terms of finishing the detail of the route planning, coordinating with the various places that we need to coordinate with. We're going to be working obviously with the signage folks on the team here to have proper signage for the driving events. And one of the things that we have identified from a cost standpoint is that because we want to use some of the circuit within the Pebble Beach area that is cost controlled, we will be coordinating with them in advance. There's some precedent here with other car clubs that have done this. We figure that there's going to be about a $10 per head cost that we need to factor into the event. to allow them to run through that circuit. And what we'll want to do is to arrange a placard that we'll coordinate with the Pebble Beach folks, so that that's a smooth ingress and egress through that part of the course. So about $10 per head that we want to plan there. Other than that, the cost should be fairly nominal. We'll be working those up here in the coming weeks. So from volunteers, about half a dozen each day, Tuesday and Wednesday, and we'll be working on with the signage and so forth with plenty of time in advance to get through that. So I did want to show you a little bit of the preliminary design of the drive course. The course says, it's probably a little hard to see this map here, but we've got the competitive rally that will be running through the different historical areas, as I mentioned, and some nice countryside, including some coastline. We're timing this to make sure that we get people able to get out to the Laguna Seca racetrack in time for the planned photo out there. Should be no problem at all with that. For the second day, Wednesday leisure drive, we've got a segment going out through the countryside, coming back to 68, cutting Laureles grade and going out to the Coast Highway. We've got a nice area designed for a turnaround there. Most places in Highway 1, as you know, are not well suited to take a large group and turn them around, but we have a place that's well suited for that while also getting some nice countryside. Not going to go real deep towards Big Sur, but they'll get a very nice taste of the Coast Highway. And then we're going to swing back into Pebble Beach and do that circuit for the road races. One of the other things that we're coordinating is a start location. We have a good place identified, and that's one of the other coordination items that we've got on our list to get everything approved for using that site. It's very close to the hotel and can accommodate a lot of cars with paved areas, so I think we'll be in good shape there. So that's my report for 2015. We're looking forward to a great activity. I think the members will have a great time, both those that are participating in the gimmick rally as well as those on the leisure drive. Have a great meeting. I'll be back in Carmel from the cruise and scuba diving in early April, and be back to it. Be in touch.